recording now.
Hi, I'm Ellie Goldberg, and I work for Jewish Family Service. I'm the Music and Memory Coordinator.
Okay, Ellie, I just want to ask you some questions about your job and what you do with Jewish Family Services in the Music and Memory program. So my first question to you is really just kind of about what do you like best about the work you do here, and do you think there's a difference between the work you do in the community or if it were based in a nursing facility?
Yeah. So, our program here at Jewish Family Service for Music and Memory is a community-based program, which means that I basically travel to anybody's home or where they spend their days to provide the Music and Memory program. So I start by interviewing people and kind of getting to know them and doing a full social work assessment, but also a music interview to find out the kind of music that they love and that they've loved throughout their lives, so that I can create a personalized playlist. Typically, throughout the country, the Music and Memory program is provided in nursing homes as a part of the nursing home services. So we do this as a community-based program to try and help people with our goal of aging in place. So what I like best about the program is that I get to talk with people about something that many are very passionate about and is a really low conflict area of people's lives, the music that they love. So I get to know people and hear about the experiences that they've had throughout their lives that are really positive, things like going to concerts and dances, and maybe if they served in the military, there was some connection to music through their military service, or basically the fun times in their lives. So I really get to know kind of the positive times in people's lives by engaging with them and hearing their stories about music.
Yeah, sounds like that. And it sounds like you get a variety of experience from different people and a variety of different life accounts. And on that note, what type of specific feedback would you say you have received from the clients that you've already helped, or the families of those clients that you serve?
So I started at the end of August of 2016, and I have about 40 clients on my caseload, and I have really received, I would say, 99% very positive feedback. People say that generally they just really enjoy the music and like that they have this kind of extra tool that they can use if their family member is agitated or anxious or needs help, with sleep or kind of different problem areas. But it's also really nice to just have the music there for any time. People are generally positively impacted as they report, in the sense that they are comforted. They have a little bit more joy in their lives. It brings back some positive memories sometimes. We've seen clients who are able to reconnect with their caregiver. If their caregiver is a family member, like a kid or a spouse, it will bring back memories of the good times that they've had with those family members. So generally very, very positive feedback.
That's really awesome. And also what I've learned from you is that you go out to the homes and you assess them, and then you provide them with the iPod Shuffle or the Nano or the Touch and some really nice earphones. And I just wanted you to tell the audience and in the class that I'm working in, what is the value of this that you're providing based on, and how much are they having to give for this program?
Yeah, so the program starts with a $50 fee, and of course that fee can be waived, or we can slide the fee lower based on what the client can pay and their family. The $50 fee includes an iPod, some really nice Skull Candy headphones that have been generously donated by Zions Bank and Skull Candy. All the charging equipment, all of the music that we load onto the playlist, and then all of my time and my mileage. So it's actually a really good deal, and families are really able to, we give them space to say whether or not they can actually afford that fee, and sometimes families will pay $1, or they'll pay $50, or they'll pay more than that if they feel like they want to do that. So it's a really flexible program, and our goal is really to reduce any barriers that would impede a family from participating in the program.
Well, you forgot to mention all of your musical expertise as well. That's valuable, because you can probably hone in and suggest things. And I found that really interesting, actually. As you're creating the playlist, you're kind of using your own intuition and knowledge of what you've built upon and learned and compounded over the time you've been doing this. So you really are kind of a personalized playlist maker, if for lack of a better term for it, which is interesting because it really is adding a lot more than just downloading music. You are using a lot of your passion to put in that as well.
And the playlists are really fun to make. And if there are often times that I'll have clients, I just recently have a client who is from Mexico and basically only likes Mexican ranchera music. And I didn't know anything about ranchera music, but over the past week I have done tons of research and have learned so much about Mexican ranchera music. And it's really cool. And I actually downloaded some for my own personal because I really like it.
Right. So now you're going to be an expert of all music trades. Another question I have for you is, we talked about a lot of the benefits and like some of the things about feedback and the great things about this program and the positives, but what are some of the obstacles that you feel like in this program that you've faced since you started? What are the greatest obstacles that you so far have encountered?
Okay. I would say probably the biggest obstacle is dealing with equipment and technology. I have to manage a huge iTunes library, and recently we had our computer crash and we lost a lot of music, and it's taken a lot of resources, time and money to rebuild that library. And sometimes we'll get donations of iPods and they don't work, and that's kind of a trial and error deal where the client will figure out that the iPod doesn't work, and sometimes they can kind of personalize that, like, oh, I must be stupid, I don't know how to work this, when really it's the technology's fault.
Right.
So I would say that technology is just, by itself could be an issue, but compounded with some of the barriers that our clients have, it can be difficult. And then I would say another kind of obstacle for the program is just that, dealing with people who are, living with cognitive decline. There can be things that happen where maybe the music could make them more anxious. They could hear a song that reminds them of a bad memory. And there's really no way to control for that. So we just kind of have to work and go with the flow and do what we can to pass those barriers up.
Right.
But like I said, 99% of the time it's fine with people, but there are instances where the music might kind of agitate somebody.
That makes sense. So as you've been working with the clients that you've been serving, I'm sure that a lot of them have been clients who may have dementia and memory problems, Alzheimer's and things like that. But have you also noted another type of population that is benefiting from this? And if you have, who is it?
Yeah, definitely. The majority of our clients have some sort of cognitive decline, but we do have clients with some mental health issues. So I have another significant portion of clients who live with anxiety disorders or might have chronic depression. I have clients who have traumatic brain injuries, and I have some with other mental health difficulties like schizophrenia or obsessive compulsive disorder, and this is very helpful for them as well. Some clients I have just don't have any sort of really diagnosed illness at all. They might just be isolated or lonely. And so this is a chance for not only me to visit and kind of develop a relationship and become part of their lives and offer other services, but the music can also be there for people who are lonely.
That's great. And so finally, I just want to close with asking you personally, on a more personal note, what have you actually learned and how has this benefited you? I can see that there's a lot of benefit to the clients you serve, and there's a lot of things that the Jewish Family Services and Music and Memory is doing to help this population, but what have you benefited from this, and what will you take forward from this experience?
I really love developing relationships with people. I'm a people person on my own, personality. So I've really enjoyed just getting to know people and hearing their stories and, talking to them about their families and kind of the lives that they've led. I've also really learned a lot about music, and I like music. So it's been fascinating to get to kind of see the patterns and trends from different eras of music. And I have a lot of clients that love just kind of the top 40 stuff, you know, the most popular hits, but also some clients that really love the deep cuts. And so I've learned a lot about just lots of music throughout history, and have really connected with a lot of the music. I didn't know I was a country western fan, but I am. I really like some of the old country music, and I wouldn't have known that had I not had the experience of running the Music and Memory program.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me.
Yeah.
All right.